If you've been on my channel for a while, you have to know Pixelmon. And if you haven't, welcome. Pixelmon is a Minecraft mod that throws Pokemon into the endless world of Minecraft. And today, I will be conquering my own Pixelmon server, Anubis MC, in an attempt to become the best Pixelmon trainer in all of existence. Anubis MC offers endless amounts of content for your pleasure. There's player-curated gyms, beautiful custom-made structures, custom textured Pokemon, and so much more. If you are interested in joining and playing along with me, all you have to do is check the description of this video. And if you already have the Pixelmon mod, you can use the IP play.anubismc.com and join the Oasis realm. I have a few goals for these next 100 days. There's quite a few, so let's see if I can complete them on time. I want to get a full party to level 100, defeat the first battle tower, catch a hidden ability Pokemon, catch a legendary Pokemon, and last but not least, defeat all 9 gym leaders. Will I be able to crown myself King of Pixelmon and complete these goals? Well, you'll have to watch until the end to find out. Welcome to Oasis, my new home for the next 100 days. Picking a starter is as easy as selecting Gibble and running out of the spawn room. My first priority was exploring the spawn and preparing myself for this amazing world. Using the Poke menu, I can check important information about the server and all of the features. All right, let's run out of the spawn room and look at that! An Aggron is looking pretty fancy. That's the Anubis textured Aggron, which is one of the special textured Pokemon that we offer on the server. It looks so cool. All right, I'm getting distracted. I need to continue moving on. While stumbling around, I found the server crates. And to give myself a little boost, I decided to vote for the server. Not only do you get rewards from this, it also helps promote the server, so more players will find out about it. All right, let's see what's in these keys. Okay, look at that. We got some berries, tokens, and XP all, which is super handy. Some new running shoes, 7,000 bucks, and random fossil, also some god cheers. We got some claim blocks and more money. That fossil is a sail fossil, which I can turn into a really cool Pokemon. Honestly, I kind of want the fossil Pokemon now. So let's run over to the Poke Center in the spawn to use one of the fossil rooms. Here you can heal your Pokemon at the front desk, but of course my Gibble would never faint, so we're not gonna need this. What I am interested in is the fossil room. Oh, this might take a little bit. Hold on. All right, so the fossil is done incubating, and look at it just sitting in the machine. Let's see. We should be able to use the Pokeball on it, and just like that, I got an Amara. There's some other features around spawn, like this awesome shop where you can buy yourself resources if you're lazy, like me. But we don't need that for now. Oh, and I almost forgot. There's daily roulette, which is a random draw for some awesome rewards if you download the mod pack. You can find more info on that in the description of this video. All right, let's give it a spin. Oh, look at that. I got a Porygon piece. I'm pretty sure I can use that later in order to get my very own Porygon. All right, so I think I'm ready to leave spawn and finally begin my Pixelmon journey on like day 3. But that's okay. No more waiting. Let's go. Okay, so we use the random TP in order to teleport into a taiga biome. The first task is to always chop wood. Luckily, I already have an iron axe to help me out with that. All right, with this wood, we can officially start exploring a little bit more. It's a little bit dark though, so we can actually use the Fulbright command so I'm not walking around blind. I'm probably gonna need some coal. Let's hop into this cave. I also stopped a few times to grab some resources that I found running around the caves. We'll speed this up a little bit because honestly, who wants to watch me mine all day? I decided it was finally time to try my luck on some Pokemon. Oh, look at that. There's a level 8 Hoot Hoot. It really didn't go too well, and I had to go to the Poke Center. While I was there, though, I grabbed some Poke Snacks from this NPC that I can use to heal my Pokemon. All right, back to exploring. I found a village, and the Poke Center was completely destroyed. It had nothing good in the shop either, so I kept moving. On day 7, I found this clearing by a swamp, and that's when I knew I would be building my house there. So I bought some spruce logs, because that's really what I want, and I needed that, and I didn't have any resources, and then immediately I got to building. I had to clear out the grass, but after that, it was full god build mode. Call me Bob the Builder. I got the floor laid out with a cobble border and started laying down some spruce log pillars. I filled in the walls, and then got started on a nice roof. I'm not very good at building, so I kind of made a simple roof. I maybe build like a 3-year-old, so please don't roast me in the comments. Honestly, the house turned out a little bit better than I thought it would, and is a great base of operations for becoming the best Pixelmon trainer on all of the server. I started to get bored of building and decided it was time to commence my quest in becoming a Pixelmon god. It's already day 9 and my Pokemon aren't even level 10 yet. The best place to train is using the /warp EV command. If you didn't know, EVs are stats that you can increase by fighting certain types of Pokemon, which make your own Pokemon as strong as they can be. Gible has a high attack stat, so I want to increase that even more. I bought a power bracer, which will help me get EVs faster, and hopped over to the attack section. From here, I started beating up every Pokemon I could get my hands on. Rockruffs, Mankeys, nothing could defeat me in my Gible. Until they did. But it's fine, I just went to the Poke Center and healed right back up. So I did that for the next few days, and now it is officially day 12. My Gible is now level 14, and my Amara is level 13. We're looking good so far, and my EVs are, oh my gosh, Gible is max, and Amara is at 33. Okay, I'm pretty sure Amara isn't a physical attacker, so we might need to find some berries to fix that. But for now, that's some pretty good progress. I wasn't sure if I would keep this Amara on my team, but I think I will for now, so let's give it a name. I think, Dino Boy. Yeah, that has a nice ring to it. I don't really have any other Pokemon, so let's go find some more. Eventually, I need an entire party of 6 Pokemon, so we need to get researching and also searching for new Pokemon that I like. We can use the random TP command, again, to get far away from my house and find some random Pokemon. We went into the extreme hills and caught the 3rd Pokemon for my team, a giant Mega Machop. Not only does Machop look super cool when it evolves, it's also a fighting type, which covers a few type advantages. I didn't really find anything else super interesting, so I TP'd around a little bit more. Eventually, I found myself heading towards what looked like a graveyard. Actually, wait, it is a graveyard, and there's all sorts of ghost-type Pokemon. Look at that, it's a Phantom. Okay, I caught that. Leaving the graveyard, I found a Grubbin and snagged that too with a quick Pokeball toss. I wandered into the forest and saw an Abra who teleported away when I got close. That's when I knew I had to catch it. I couldn't let it win. It took a really long time to finally catch the Abra, but while I was checking its summary, it has the ability Magic Guard. And if you did not know, Magic Guard is Abra's hidden ability. And if you guys don't remember, that was one of our goals. We found a Pokemon with a hidden ability, and it's only day 18. We're doing a pretty good job so far. This is gonna take a lot longer than I expected to do the rest of my goals, so you guys should probably smash like so that I can keep making awesome videos like this. Now that I added a few more Pokemon to my epic Poke Party, I decided to rename a few. We have my Gible, and the squiggles in the name are too good to remove. Dino Boy, One Punch Man, Branch, Sparkplug, and Spoons. The Abra. It's officially day 19, and I was about to set out on another mission when an event started on the server. Let me explain what events are. Events are fun minigames that you can go to compete against other players to win rewards on the server. This time it was tag, and man, I am not good at tag, but we will give it a shot. Round 1. Okay, let's do this. Gotta run fast and hot so I don't get caught. That was the plan, of course, but things never really go my way. I just barely dodged the it person on the first wave, but immediately on the second wave, I got tagged. This is hard. I chased someone down for the entire duration of the game, but I couldn't tag them before I got knocked out. Eventually, someone finally won, and we were off to round 2. Round 2 started out pretty bad. I got tagged immediately. I found a player, though, and chased them all across the boat. We slapped each other around a bit, and I passed the slime and just barely managed to escape and move into the next wave. Now, this was a strategic choice that I'm a little bit ashamed of, but I dashed over and hid in a small slot in the wall until the wave was over. At least I didn't get tagged, right? Well, the third wave was worse, and honestly, I wish I would have just hid again, but I was being slapped around with the slime left and right. I really want to win, but sprinting across the map didn't really do me any favors, and I was tagged at last second and got knocked out. Someone other than me won again, and it was on to the last round. The final round, I actually lasted a long time. I was running around the map totally the entire time and not hiding in small spaces, but they caught up to me of flipping course. The last wave, I was knocked out, and once again, within the last second, I was tagged. The event was over, and I did not win any keys. What the flip is wrong with me? Let's just forget this ever happened, and you can think of me as the king of Pixelmon and the king of minigames? Okay, we'll go with that. By that point, it was already day 21. Next up on my list of goals was to get my entire team of Pokemon to level 100. If I was able to do that, I would be able to easily complete a lot of my other goals, like defeating the battle tower. Of course, I have to do some chores first, which is kind of boring. I went mining for some iron in order to get an iron hoe hoe and a bucket. I would be able to use the bucket and the hoe in order to make a farm, but it's actually not for food. For those of you guys that didn't know, you can use berries to remove EVs from Pokemon in case you mess them up, which to be honest, will definitely happen to me. I have 2 of the berries I need in my chest, Pomeg berries and Qualop berries, but there's a couple more that I still need. We can warp to /warp EV again and buy some more. Let's grab 1 Kelpsy, Hundu, Greppa, and Tomato berry. Actually, we should probably get 2 of each. Anyway, back at home, I went outside, tilled the ground, and dug some holes for water, and planted all of my berries. Of course, this stupid Ponyta is in my way. Can you move? Oh, thank you. With that chore out of the way, I can finally get to the interesting bit, battling and EV training so that I can be the strongest trainer on the entire server. While I'm training my Pokemon's EVs, they also get experience from battling. So I'm doing 2 things at once. This took so much time. Okay, I've lost track. Oh my gosh, it's day 27. So my Pokemon may have died a few times, but they were pretty low level. It's all okay though because I am finally done. I had to get a few of the EV training held items like the Power Anklet and Power Band, but after I got the money to buy those from the signs, it was smooth sailing. All of their EVs are filled and built perfectly, so it increases their best stats. This is why I am going to become the king of Pokemon. Not to brag of course, but my team now sits at a much better spot than they originally did. My Gible has evolved and is now level 31. Dino Boy is level 27, One Punch Man evolved, that's awesome, and is now level 29, Branch is level 28, Sparkplug evolved and is level 27, and Spoons evolved as well and is level 26. You guys want to see something really cool? Spoons' next evolution is a trade, which means that I have to trade with a random player in order to get it to evolve. But I can use this handy command /trade sim6 and bam! Spoons is evolving. Oh, Spoons became an Alakazam. He looks so handsome back there with his big spoons in his hand. He's probably gonna scoop peanut butter and ice cream at the same time. That's what I would do. All right, enough distractions. My team needs some moves to make them even stronger. So let's start looking at some TMs and TRs. These are honestly really easy to find because if you go out into the wild, which you can always do with the /RTP command, you can find little Pokeballs hiding. Boom, I found one. There's Poke Loot inside of them that can give you tons of different things when you right click, like TMs and TRs. I got a dive ball from this one. I just need to go around and collect as many of these as possible to get so many new moves. Oh, there are also these sparkling ones as well, which will do the same thing. Thank you for the Grip Claw hidden Poke Loot. Well, no point waiting, let's start finding some. So it turns out these things are pretty rare, but it was pretty fun to explore all of my server and collect them. I even found this pretty cool ship by the sea, which had some chests in it to loot. I found some water gems and some fish I decided not to take. And it also had a computer in the captain's cabin. Well, don't mind if I do. I even stole some lamps off the ship too, but yeah, don't tell anybody. I don't know who owns this ship. Oh, look at that, more Poke Loot, and there's more over there. Oh my gosh, that one's a Master Ball. Some hidden Poke Loot, and wow, who would have guessed it, more Poke Loot. Wait a second, I kind of just realized that my inventory was full. All right, so let's go head back home. I got so many new items that I had to craft some more chests to use. I even used that computer and chair I stole to make a cute little computer setup and did some exterior decorating. I do have some bad news. After collecting all of those Poke Loots, I still couldn't find any TMs or TRs to give to my Pokemon. It is a good thing that I found out there was a TM shop. Okay, so these are all the TMs I think I'm going to need. Let's start teaching them to my Pokemon. These ones right here are for Gabite, so Stealth Rock, Earthquake, Stone Edge, and... Huh? Wait, Gabite can't learn Swords Dance? Okay, well, we just need to wait to do that one, I guess. The next Pokemon is Sparkplug. Let's teach you all of these moves. Wait, Bug Buzz doesn't work either? Okay, I'm starting to get a little bit frustrated, but we're not gonna worry about that. Let's go level up my team to their final evolutions, and maybe then it will work. This might take a while. All right, here I am, day 31, using the /warp training to level up my team. If you didn't know, Chanseys and Blissies give you more XP than a lot of the other Pokemon when you faint them. So using fighting types like One Punch Man to tear through them is the easiest way to level up your Pokemon. Make sure you guys use it because you'll be able to level up your team super fast. The Warp is also really big as well and has tons of different level Pokemon, so you can gradually fight stronger and stronger Pokemon. I had a really cool idea to use the replay mod to get you some awesome footage of me training and battling Pokemon, but the replay mod kinda messed up with the Pixelmon mod. We're not gonna worry about that. It's funny, I was doing all this work leveling up my Pokemon only to realize that my entire Pokemon team either take an evolution stone or are evolved through trading. Well, other than Gabite and Dino Boy. So this was kind of useless for my TM and TR mission. And here I am, evolving the Pokemon that I can while I'm at home. I took some rare candies out of my hidden stash and got a Mara to evolve at night. Dino Boy evolved to me huge. Okay, well anyway, next up is One Punch Man, which should be easy enough. Branch was also super easy, and by the end, his evolution got a little shy and ran off towards the door. Sparkplug took a Thunderstone and grew into a huge accordion-looking thing before slimming out into a Vikavolt. What a handsome-looking Pokemon. If you guys don't subscribe and smash like, my Garchomp will eat all of your cookies. Anyway, I plopped all of the TMs and TRs onto my Pokemon and even had to go to /warp tutors and use the move relearner to get some moves I missed out during level ups. Now my team is looking amazing. They're super strong and they also look amazing too. They look strong. All they need is to become level 100, which should be pretty easy. Surprisingly, it's only day 36. I have a little bit more time today, so I thought I would explore, and I was thinking about going to find some more Poke loot. I have to empty my inventory first. Just gotta harvest my berries too, and let's see if I can get lucky. So day 37 rolled around, and you guys will not believe what happened. I was just kind of minding my own business, walking around, and a legendary Necrozma spawns on me. Are you serious? No, that's crazy. Immediately, I knew I had to get my hands on my first ever legendary and complete one of my new goals. And ladies and gentlemen, that is exactly what I did as the master and king of Pokemon. Let's whip out our Master Ball. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, I don't know what's happening. Okay, it's in the Master Ball, and this legendary is all mine. Let's check that goal off of the list. I decided to give Necrozma the most intimidating ultimate name for a legendary, Ned. His name is Ned. You know, having one legendary is cool, but it kind of made me want a lot more. So much so that I maybe got myself some crate keys, But what crate keys did I get? Maybe some legendary crate keys and one of these shiny legendary keys, but that's okay. It's not cheating at all if it's in the name of becoming the best Pixelmon trainer ever. So let's see what I get. An Arceus. That is amazing. Next crate. Oh, we got a Moltres. It's a little bit less awesome, but still a legendary. All right, now time for the big prize. The shiny legendary key. Let's open it up. A shiny Calyrex. That's amazing. Oh, I can't believe it. I just need to make a few adjustments to my party. Dino Boy and Sparkplug, you served me very well, but now it's time to let the legendaries take over. I spent the rest of the day riding around on my new Pokemon, and I think I now have one of the greatest teams on the server. Well, day 40 rolled around, and it sort of kicks in that I really need to get a move on some of my other goals. As you guys know, I got some of my legendaries from crates, and they're amazing, but the only problem is they are only level 5. That is a serious downgrade, and I can't be having that on my team if I'm going to take over all 9 gym leaders. And also defeat the battle tower. I kind of forgot about that. So I spent the next couple of days re-leveling up all of my Pokemon. Whew, okay, well, that took forever. Seriously, I think I started on day 41, and it's day 52. I just spent 11 days leveling up my Pokemon. It was worth it though, because look at my sidebar. All level 100. Oh yeah, let's go. And I just realized we can check that goal off of my list. While I was leveling up my Pokemon, someone mentioned that I can use a /DEX as a command, and I completely forgot about this until just now, which is kind of awkward because the Pokédex is one of the biggest things in every Pokemon game. /Dex gives you amazing rewards as well when you increase your Dex progress. Look at that, 60% completion gets you a shiny legendary, and 70% gets you a free Ditto. So I decided that I should probably focus on that, and the best place to get your Dex entries up is the Safari. Ah, the Safari. It's a gorgeous dome filled with miniature biomes that spawn all the best Pokemon in the game. You can see all of the starters in their respective biomes here, as well as Beldums, Militics, Charizards, Haluchas, and even Dratini. Most of the Pokemon in every single Pokemon game can be found in the Safari. There's also a massive volcano in the center, and surrounding it are adorable little habitats for all types of Pokemon. This was my chance to increase my Pokédex as much as possible. So I headed over to the /warp shop, bought as many Ultra Balls as I could afford, and returned to catching every Pokemon. I spawned in a mushroom biome, and you're probably wondering what was the first Pokemon that I caught? A Morlul! Now, I know it sounds boring, but Morlul has a pretty low spawn chance out in the wild, so this was great. Tons of other Pokemon were in this biome that I hadn't really seen yet, like Bellsprout, Venonat, Seedot, and Paris. And I was catching these guys like it was my job. I kinda got bored of mushrooms and eventually hopped across the bridge to the snow biome, where I immediately tried to catch a Cubchoo. Nope. almost. Aha, I got it. Let's put that into my PC. Sneasel, Sentret, Jinx, Snover, and Bergmite were some other pokes that I decided to find and catch near this gorgeous ice lake. I even caught a Piplup while I was sitting on the ice lake, which is a huge win. Most of the starters have a really low spawn chance, so getting Piplup out of the way was an amazing victory. New biome, new Pokemon. It felt like I was in the safari for hours. I tossed Ultra Balls at anything that looked even remotely close to a Pixelmon. It was going really well until I got to the Mesa biome. I tried to catch a Vullaby there. When I tossed my Pokeball, I saw a Metang in the distance. Metang is the evolved form of Beldum, which is already a super rare Pokemon. I had to get this Metang. Look how cool it is. So I started using up all my Ultra Balls to try and get this thing. When I say all of my Ultra Balls, by the way, I mean like all of them. This stupid Metang was just so stubborn. I went through almost an entire sack of Ultra Balls trying to catch it. I didn't even have any Master Balls that I could use either. A Beldum spawned next to it and I tried to catch that too. Nope. That didn't work. Nope, and yeah, I just kept failing. That's when I decided I needed to take a little bit of a break. I ate some cookies, but by the time I came back, I wasn't really interested in the Metang anymore. I wasted so many Ultra Balls, and clearly it just was not going to work. But what I did see next was amazing. Boom! It's a Charizard! I knew I had a chance of catching this thing. Eat my Ultra Balls! Wait, guys, I actually caught it! This was the best day ever. Who needed a Beldum or a Metang when I had a beautiful Charizard now? I went around the safari for a couple more hours and caught a Poplio, a Tepig, Slugma, Litten. The safari also had a few boss Pokemon, which I defeated using my Garchomp and stole all of their loot, like this rare candy. At this point, it was already day 57, and look at all the Pokemon that I caught in the safari. I honestly thought that I got a lot, but when I checked my Pokédex, it was only 11.47% complete. This just goes to show how many Pokemon are on Anubis MC. I did claim my first reward and got $25,000, 50 tokens, and 1 great key, which I immediately used by teleporting over to /warp crates. I also had a skill key, which I had received from leveling up my catching skill to level 10, so I opened both. I received 20 large candies from the great key, which is an amazing way for easy experience on my Pokemon. The skill crate gave me 8 great balls, which is okay, I guess. I was looking over my goals and thought that I should probably challenge the battle tower soon, but I still needed to get some more moves that I wanted on my legendary Pokemon. Ned, Sus, and Tyrannosaurus needed something that could really buff them up and make them even better. I bought some TMs from the TM shop, used the move relearner at Warp Tutors, and soon everyone was battle ready. This didn't take as long as last time because I had the money I needed, and it was only 3 Pokemon. I was just about ready to go gather some held items to give to my Pokemon when a paintball event started on day 58. We already failed at one event, so I needed to get my revenge. This was a team event, so I actually stood a chance at winning. So paintball starts with 2 groups of players that are split into different teams. They each battle to remove the other team's lives until it eventually reaches 0. The first team to 0 loses. Our ammo is of course snowballs, and boy was I ready to kick some Minecraft player block butt. Snowballs were being tossed left and right, and lives were draining fast. I hit a ton of players really early because I am an epic gamer. Boom, roasted. Boom, got him. Yup, got him. I was landing so many shots, but the only times I would be knocked out myself was if I traded with some other player, which meant that when I got knocked out, they also got hit. It was kind of annoying, but at least I was getting more and more kills. Soon, I had 1 kill, then 2, and then 17, and then over 20. And by the time the event ended, we actually won! Let's go! I was the MVP with 28 kills. That's why they call me the minigame master. I received an event key as a reward. I decided to try my luck again and do another round. I was on the red team this time. This time, I did really well and knocked out so many people. When the round ended, the red team won, and I ended with 23 kills. I got 20 rare candies as a reward. I teleported back to Warp E-Crate and used the event key. I got $25,000. I checked what day it was and realized that it was already day 60. I had to get those held items and actually go and challenge the battle tower now. The days are starting to go by really fast. I only have 40 left, so I decided it was time to challenge the battle tower. But first things first, I need to get those held items for my Pokemon. To get them, I had to go to Ultra Space, which I started to do on day 61. I needed to get a few Z crystals and some other held items to finally pull my team together to even compete against the battle tower. You can get to Ultra Space by using the command /warp Ultra Space. space. It's a gigantic space-like dimension with weird gravity and tons of ultra Pokey loot. This beast ball right here is actually Pokey loot. They're not as rare in this dimension, so there's so many that you can find. And I got the exact Z crystal that I was looking for. I was officially ready to challenge the battle tower. The first NPC was, of course, not a challenge at all. My team wiped the floor with them. My Garchomp fainted the first Pokemon Sudowoodo with an easy Earthquake, but died to Brionne next turn when it used Ice Beam. I swapped to Tyrannosaurus and used Leaf Storm to take the Brionne out. Next enemy was an Aipom, where I was forced to use Leaf Storm again because of my choice specs. Of course, this Aipom had U-turn, which took out Tyrannosaurus. I sent Ned in to battle the Gloom and easily won using Heat Wave. Well, after I slept for a few turns. I used Psychic on the Torchic next, and it was an easy feint. Ned managed to use Moonlight to heal almost back to full health, and I tried using Psychic, but I completely forgot that a low Eradicate was a Dark type, and Psychic doesn't affect it. Let's just pretend that didn't happen. Ned went down embarrassingly to Double Edge. I used Sus next to take down the Eradicate with extreme speed, and Shadow Claw finished off the Aipom. The first NPC was defeated. I received some rare candies as a reward and was teleported up to the next floor. I healed up my Pokemon pretty quickly and started the next battle. Of course, I started with Garchomp and immediately used Swords Dance to get some extra damage, and completely wiped the floor with this Aradios by using Earthquake next turn. Next enemy was Meowth, which used Fake Out its first time out. Of course, I beat it again with an Earthquake. Pikachu went down easy with a Stone Edge, Spiritomb was slapped to the ground using Earthquake, Cradily was defeated with, yes, another Earthquake. My Garchomp's reign of terror was ended when a Ditto transformed into my Garchomp, used Earthquake, and killed me with my own amazing weapon. So I sent out Ned, and immediately regretted that because you wouldn't know, this Ditto knew Earthquake. Surprise, surprise. I sent out Spoons because of the Focus Sash. Shadow Ball made quick work of that Ditto, and I won the second battle. I received more rare candies and healed up my Pokemon. I got through the third battle, the fourth battle, and the fifth battle. And then I was at the final sixth battle. If I was to fail though, I would need to wait an entire 24 hours to try to battle the whole tower again. Guys, don't worry, there's no way that's gonna happen. The last battle, I started out with my Garchomp. I was battling Lycanroc. Earthquake first turn made quick work of the Lycanroc, and Frostlass was the next Pokemon. Of course, it outsped me, and my Garchomp was taken out by Ice Beam. I sent out Ned next, and used Calm Mind, while getting burned by Will-O-Wisp. Next turn, Heat Wave was an easy KO on the Frostlass. Stoutland was next, and completely destroyed Ned using a single Facade. Facade? I don't know how to say that. One Punch Man attempted to use close combat, but was outsped by Stoutland. That's a bummer. Sus was able to clutch up, though, by using extreme speed. The Stoutland went down after 2 turns. Matang was up next, my swarmed enemy. Sus used Shadow Claw and slowly picked away at the Matang, causing it to faint after 3 turns. Quagsire was the next Pokemon, and I couldn't really do anything with my physical moves against it. Sadly, Sus died. Tyrannosaurus clutched up, though, and used Psychic, taking down the Quagsire. Finally, Roselia went down to double Psychics from Tyrannosaurus, and we've defeated the last NPC. At least that's what I thought until I realized there was a 7th NPC. I took care of that, and then we got to an 8th NPC. Why are there so many NPCs? Starting the battle with the 8th NPC, you know I had to throw my Garchomp out first. He was going up against an Articuno, and that's when I knew this was going to be a little bit harder than the other ones. Garchomp used Stone Edge on the Articuno, and, well, it KO'd it, actually super quickly. Bronzor was next, and I tried to use Earthquake, but it was canceled by its Levitate. I should have known. Stone Edge barely did anything next turn, and Garchomp went down to a Psywave. I sent out Ned next and attempted to use Heat Wave to take down the Bronzor, and after a back and forth, Bronzor went down in 2 turns. Aldino was my next enemy, and this Pokemon was the worst. I used Psychic on it multiple times with Ned, but this Pokemon was wish-stalling me. Bro, are you kidding me? It keeps using Wish. This NPC has the dumbest strats. Obviously it worked, because Psychic completely ran out of PP before I could take the Audino down. Altaria was the next Pokemon in my way, and Ned used Heat Wave and burned the Altaria. Heat Wave didn't really do that much damage though, and eventually Ned went down. Sus was my next choice, and using Shadow Claw was probably not my best idea. Altaria used Roost. A couple of Sword Dances was no match to this Altaria, and it went down to double boosted Shadow Claw. The 8th NPC sent out Quagsire, and extreme speed barely did anything. I looked to see what Pokemon I could swap to. Eventually Sus went down, but it did get Quagsire down a decent bit of health before it got KO'd. The final Pokemon sent out by the battle tower was Skunk Tank. It took down Spoon and One Punch Man. I got a little bit nervous. I only had 2 Pokemon left, so I sent back out my Garchomp. We used Earthquake and took down the Skunk Tank. I defeated the final NPC and beat the battle tower. As a reward, I received 25 tokens, $10,000, and all of the rare candies I had collected while traveling up the floors. From day 63 to 67, I started and completed the battle tower. That's another goal we can check off my list. That means I had about 30 days to complete the final goal, which was to defeat every gym leader. You can use the command /gyms to check all of the gyms. There's 18 gyms in total, one for every type. That is a lot of gyms, and I'm not sure I'll be able to complete that in 30 days. I mean, it just took me like 10 days to complete a battle tower. That's why I decided to just do 9 of the gyms. If this video gets enough likes though, maybe I'll do another 100 days and defeat the rest of the 9 gyms. But for now, let's take on the first 9. Over the next couple of days, I decided to do some quests. For those of you guys that didn't know, on the server, if you do /quests, you can actually see a bunch of different quests that you can do. I decided to focus on the daily quests and the tiered quests. Daily quests are small tasks that you can do every day, and the longer you do them, the greater the rewards. You can even get access to specialty kits once you reach a high enough streak. Tiered quests are things that you can do over time that have different tiers. The more quests you complete, the harder the quest will get, but the better the rewards get too. I probably should have started on these a little bit sooner. I decided to select 3 different tiered quests to have going on at the same time: Choice Catcher, Mob Hunter, and Breeder. Although I'm not really sure if I'll be able to get into Pokemon breeding, we'll get that one anyway, just to see. I grabbed some more Pokeballs and started on the Catcher quest. According to the tiered quest, I needed to catch 5 Pokemon of every single type, so that might take a while. I caught a lot of normal types and electric types just outside of my house. There was Mareep, Sentret, Zigzagoon, and Rattata. Soon I decided to move into the swamp and caught some water types in the lake, and poison types like Oddish and Weezing. The entire time too, I was grabbing every Poke loot that I saw. I found this weird cobblestone tower that was broken down, and discovered it has a lot of ghost types spawning in it. There was also a haunted boss type that I defeated with my team to get some really good loot. I decided to use the /BRTP command that would bring me to different biomes. That would make catching these Pokemon a lot easier. I was able to find a Sizzlipede, which is a really rare type that spawns in the Mesa, and of course, I caught it. I teleported to an Ice Plains biome next and caught all of the ice types that I needed. Next up were the fairy types. This was gonna be a little bit more difficult. I sat in a flower forest for what felt like a few days and only caught 2 fairy types. I was about to give up, but then I saw there was a shiny Caterpie that spawned right near me. I didn't even believe it. That wasn't one of my goals, but I found my actual first ever shiny Pokemon on the server. That was all of my luck for that day. I didn't find any more fairy types. Eventually, I finished up questing, and it was day 71. I still had a few more things I needed to do before I attempted to battle some of the gym leaders, so I had to stop questing altogether. Ooh, also, here's all the loot that I got from the Pokeloots that I collected. These are the Pokemon that I caught. It's looking pretty nice, don't you think? Also, I forgot to record this bit, but my Pokédex was about at 17% after I was done questing. At this point, it's time to battle gym leaders. But I really want to build a trophy room to display all of the badges I'll receive from these gyms. Again, I will say I'm not the best builder, but I think it turned out okay. It was just an extension of my old house, but a trophy room is a trophy room nonetheless. I needed to go really fast because I realized it took me 2 days to build that trophy room. It's day 73, and I still have to fight 9 gym leaders. I want to fight the Bug Gym, Grass Gym, Fire Gym, Water Gym, Fighting Gym, Poison Gym, Normal Gym, Flying Gym, and then the Rock Gym. Each are 3v3 battles, and to be honest, I have no idea what I'm getting myself into. I decided to try my luck on the Bug Gym first. I had to choose 3 Pokemon to go with, so I did Ned, Sus, and Spoons. And I lost. Okay, next gym. I lost again, and again, and again. I continued to lose until I reached the Poison Gym. I used Ned, Spoons, and One Punch Man. I had Ned use Psychic to wear down the health of my first enemy, Slowking, up until it fainted after 3 turns. Next up was Toxipex. I used this opportunity to have Ned use Moonlight to heal up some HP. Toxipex used Ice Beam, and Ned just barely survived. I got a critical hit using Psychic, and almost one-hit KO'd the Toxipex. It barely lived and took Ned down the next turn with Ice Beam. Spoons was out next, who used Psychic on the Toxipex, but it swapped, so instead the Psychic hit a Drapion, and it did no damage. Oh, that sucks. I made a big mistake and used Shadow Ball here, and Spoons almost died to Night Slash, but next turn knocked the Drapion down to almost 1 HP with a Focus Blast. Spoons fainted to Night Slash immediately after. It was all up to One Punch Man, who used Knockoff to take down the Drapion, and finally One Punch Man used Close Combat, taking down Toxipex and securing my first ever badge, the Toxic badge. I finally did it. I immediately ran home and placed my first trophy in my trophy room. But I started to get anxious because I realized I still had 8 more gyms to go. Next up, I tried the fighting gym. And surprisingly, I was able to win the first time. 2 gyms down, 7 more to go. I ran back to my trophy room and placed the badge in the next empty item frame. Oh, this place is looking nice. My next battle was back to the grass gym, which I may have lost to earlier today. I already knew the team. It was Cradily, Venusaur, and Appleton. I decided to combat that with Spoons, Ned, and One Punch Man. I started with One Punch Man against Cradily and attempted to use close combat. However, the Cradily swapped into Venusaur, and close combat barely did damage. I swapped into Ned next turn, as the Venusaur started to Mega Evolve. Ned was hit with a Giga Drain, and next turn, Ned used Calm Mind to increase his stats. Unfortunately, he died next turn to another Giga Drain. Spoons is set out next and used Psychic, and the following turn it uses Psychic again and takes down the Venusaur. Finally, it's Appleton, and Spoons is a bit low on HP and died the next turn. One Punch Man, it is up to you. One Punch Man used Knockoff and took off Appleton's Assault Vest and nearly fainted it. Finally, another Knockoff took Appleton down, and I had beaten the grass gym. Just like the other 2, after defeating the gym, I placed my trophy in my amazing trophy room. It took a little bit, but eventually I was successful in defeating the rock gym. Let's place that in my trophy room. Next up, I challenged the fire gym, and surprisingly, I beat that one too. Boom, another trophy. After that though, things did not go my way. I just kept losing. I was either getting outsped by just a little bit or had some horrible luck with Focus Blast. Or should I call it Focus Miss at this rate? No? Bad one? Okay, I'm so sorry. Please don't unsubscribe. But I have to admit, I was not playing like the king of Pokemon that I claimed to be here. You guys want to guess how many times I lost? 17. In total, not just after the fire gym. All those losses before I started really learning the gym's teams and overpowering them. I decided to stop trying to battle the gyms at day 86 because I realized my team just wasn't good enough. I was going to have to switch up my team a little bit. On day 86, I decided to check my PC to see if there were any other Pokemon that could maybe do well in the rest of the gyms. Charizard, Fletching, and Sparkplug. My boy, welcome back. I switched up the first 2 names though. So now we have Buster, Flappy, and Sparkplug. But first things first, we need to get them all to level 100. I wasn't even really sure if I would be able to beat them, but as the king of Pixelmon, I know that losing and getting up and trying again is all part of the process. You can't become a master without first being an apprentice. After leveling them up to level 100, I went to the TM shop and got all of their moves situated. Buster, Flappy, and Sparkplug were ready for the gyms. I put a Charizard Type Y on my Charizard to potentially Mega Evolve it into something super speedy. Flappy had a Flynium Z for a super powerful flying type move, and Sparkplug had a Focus Sash to survive any one-hit moves. It was officially time to take on the gyms. And guess what? I lost another 4 times straight. I'm really not acting like the king of Pixelmon. I still had another 10 days to get this done, and that was all the time that I think I need. I wasn't gonna give up so easily though. I still had another 10 days to get this done. I decided to go back to the drawing board and try to create an even better team. Or I guess a better-er team, because yeah, I already created a better team and they turned out not to be better. We've already been through the training process already, so let's just show the aftermath. Cloyster, who I named a Shellman, Swampert with the name Pete, and Cloud9, the Whimsicott. Cloyster had Shell Smash, which was an OP setup move when done right, and I had Ice type and Rock type moves to help with the Flying Gym and the Water Gym. Swampert had a Mega Stone, which would make its moves even more powerful. It also had Hammer Arm, which was an insanely overpowered fighting type move that was really good for the normal gym, and it also had Earthquake. And Whimsicott? Okay, I may or may not have made this moveset super annoying for only last-minute struggles. It's a stall set with Tailwind, but if the Water Gym was going to stall me out with Toxipex, I can stall out with this and give it a little bit of its own medicine. It's a fair game, and it's not dumb in the slightest. I'm not taking any losses this time, only W's. So let's go to the Water Gym and kick some Gyarados butt. I decided to swap Pete with Tyrannosaurus last second for some speedy grass coverage that would really help me out there. And into battle we go. I started strong with Cloud9 to face Toxipex and immediately used Leech Seed. But sadly, the Toxipex swapped out into Lantern and they were seeded instead. That's fine. Lantern is pretty bulky, so we can absorb a ton of HP. Next, I used Substitute to survive some potential damage, while Leech Seed did some work. And putting out that Substitute really saved me because the Lantern used Ice Beam. Cloud9 protected the next turn, saving yet another hit from Ice Beam. I knew I had to get a Tailwind up to outspeed Gyarados, so I chose to do that and sacrifice some of Cloud9's health. A Protect followed with a Substitute kept Cloud9 alive for longer, and got Lantern into yellow health. Yet another Protect saved Cloud9, but the Tailwind ended, so I had to put that up again. A critical hit took down Cloud9, who sacrificed itself for the sake of Tailwind. You will be missed. My next Pokemon I sent out was Tyrannosaurus, who immediately used Leaf Storm, and I think I got lucky because Lantern swapped into Gyarados and took the initial hit. Yet another Leaf Storm after the Mega animation, and Gyarados was done. Lantern was sent out and then swapped into Toxipex, who took the Leaf Storm hit. I thought about swapping into Shellman, but turned against it and decided to try my luck at my remaining 2 power points in Leaf Storm. Of course, Toxipex used Recover, and Tyrannosaurus couldn't stand a chance and started struggling after the final Leaf Storm. I had to swap into Shellman, since struggling was not doing me any good favors. Immediately, I used Shell Smash to get those increased stats, and survived a hit from Volt Switch and Focus Sash. Ice Shard next turn did nothing to Toxipex, of course, and Shellman went down. Tyrannosaurus was my only hope, and so I decided to use Psychic. It actually killed the Lantern that swapped in. I had no choice but to use Psychic next turn because of Choice Specs, and down went Toxipex after 2 turns. I had finally won after losing so many straight. It felt so good. And what felt even better was putting the trophy on my wall. I was on a hot streak. The next 2 gyms, the Bug Gym and the Flying Gym, were both victories. The only one I had left that was kind of scary just to look at was the badge above the diamond blocks. The slot for the most boring type ever, the normal gym. How is this the last gym? I was on a hot streak though, so I went to the normal gym and tried my luck. The first battle, my Swampert was frozen solid by Tri-Attack from Porygon Z, and it fell apart pretty quickly. I was kind of hoping that I would have an amazing epic win streak at the end, but I got kind of unlucky getting frozen. I would have won if I did it. It's day 99 now, and I can't afford to lose again, or else it's going to be day 100, and I'm not gonna have all the trophies. I have to win. It all comes down to this last battle. I approached the normal gym once again, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little bit nervous. This gym has caused me the most trouble since I started, even though it's just the normal gym. But we're out of time. We have to do this. I started with Buster first turn, survived a Brave Bird from Staraptor, and used Fightinium Z for all-out pummeling to take down Staraptor first. So far, we're doing pretty good. Buster went down next turn to Fake Out from Lopunny, and I switched into One Punch Man and used a close combat after Lopunny decreased their own defense, managing to take down Lopunny in 1 turn. Oh my gosh, okay, this is it's happening. This is happening. Next turn, One Punch Man went down hard to Tri-Attack from Porygon Z, and my final Pokemon was Pete. I Mega Evolved Pete, and he withstood a Tri-Attack and took down Porygon Z with Hammer Arm. I did it. No way. We beat all 9 gyms. Of course, you know, I had to place the normal badge on the final empty item frame and stand back to look at my amazing completed trophy room. Oh, this looks good. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is 100 days in Pixelmon. I completed all of my goals in the 100 days, and I could not feel more accomplished. My trophy room is complete, and I have tons of really strong Pokemon to show for all of my work. There's still a lot more that I can do, so make sure you guys leave a like, especially if you want to see another 100 days. Maybe next time you guys can join me by playing on my server, Anubis MC on the Oasis Realm. Who knows? Maybe you guys will have a better chance of defeating the gyms. If you guys want to try, the IP is play.anubismc.com, and all the info that you need to install our mod pack is in the description of this video. After 100 difficult days, I can officially say we've become the king of Pokemon.